Hi, welcome to a world where anything is possible. So in today's short tutorial on how to create a quiz in Moodle, and I'll be using, as you can see here, my SEM, CEGEP English Moodle website, and I'll be talking about Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat, an activity, a story, short story that I use with my 103 students. So I'll be sharing the story with you in my SEM, plus the study questions. I have a number of study questions related to the different literary elements, including, as you see here, character, plot, style, theme. And I also have I will place in SEM the Black Cat study questions answered that I've written answers to. So the 25 or so questions that I asked. So let's jump to my SEM, my own personal SEM here. Now, if you want one, as I mentioned, you need to contact Nick Walker to get your own username and password to create up your own free web page. So let's go straight to the turn editing on. This is so we have this general page here. You could set it up as you wish for the lessons that you want to create. But we need to turn editing on, as you see here now, and voila. You see here, I've already created an activity here called the Black Cat. But if we go here, this is very important button here, you can add an activity from here. And so you can add, for example, a quiz. This is what we did. And I added a quiz here already called the Black Cat. And I made a note for myself that it has 10 questions. But if we go here, we can actually preview the quiz. But let's go back here. So on this page, we see here that there's a question bank. This is very important. And if I go to the default for the Black Cat, you don't want to go to this default for the 101. These are questions, vocabulary, past tense questions that Nick Walker has created for his 101 course. But we want to go to the default for the Black Cat, and you see here, voila, we have questions in this quiz that I've created so far. And if we choose here, we can add a number of really interesting question types. It's quite powerful, Moodle. So we can add things like essay, matching, and so on. But what I mostly use with students, either at the 102 or at the 103 level, things like multiple choice, I use a short answer, and I use true or false. Short answer would be fill in the blank, really. You could also do close. So as you see here, so you could create, so I've already created a question number 1 here, which is called Cat 1. So if I go here, we can actually edit that question, click it here. So here I've created this question, number 1, I've called it Cat 1, just that I know I've given it, you need to give it a name for your filing system. And so this is, as you see here, it's a short answer question. So here I've typed in this text: in a fit of rage, the narrator tore out Pluto's his eye with his boom. So here now the default question grade, it's worth 1 point. And I've put in here case sensitivity, no case, upper, lower case is not important. And so answer 1, I've put in here, I've typed in scissors. He tore out his eye. No, the answer is none. You can give feedback if you want. You could say, no, this is not, scissors didn't exist at that time. I'm not sure. Did scissors exist in 19th century England? Answer 2 is a knife, and the grade is none. There are no, that's not the correct answer, so none. And then answer 3, I have here penknife. So in fact, in the text, we have the word penknife, given it a grade of 100%, but there's also in the text, there's a bit of an issue because pen is at the end of a line and there's a hyphen and then there's knife. So I've got to acknowledge that some students will say, sir, it's written pen with a hyphen. And so I've got to acknowledge penknife, which is great because you can give alternative answers, but sometimes you can't always think of all the possible answers. So anyway, I've accepted that as an answer. And as you see here, I'm going to go down the page and say save changes. Okay, voila. And then so that's done. And if I want to go here to Cat 2 now, which is as you can see, it indicates here that it's a multiple choice. You see the dots there, it's graded 1 point. So if I go here to edit, click on that, and I have here again my Black Hat question bank. This is the second question, Cat 2. And as you can see, it's editing a multiple choice question. So I've already typed in, why does the narrator say, but tomorrow I die, in the first paragraph? And again, it's 1 point. You could say point, give it a point there. And you could say one answer only, or you could actually say multiple answers, but it's in fact one answer only. Number of the choices A, B, C, or you could change the selection to 1, 2, 3. So I've said one A, B, C automatically. And the first answer is he's going to commit suicide. No, not really. He's crazy, but not that crazy. Next, and we don't know the answer. So in fact, we can probably speculate on an answer, but we really don't know positively what the answer is. So I've given a score of 100% here. In fact, you can write that in as feedback afterwards. It's never really stated in the text why he's going to die tomorrow. We may assume he will be executed because of a serious crime, but it's not really stated. But you could play with that. You could give partial credit for it, or I've said none because it's not really stated. So we have that there. So we move down and we say save changes if we want. And now, so we save the changes, and where are we moving? How to? So here, if I want to preview, this is quite good. We could get results, but if nobody's taken the quiz yet, so we could say here preview. It's worth 2, and it's worth 2 points. And we could change this, the maximum grade, because I had written 10 questions, so that we could play with this grading system. And so we could preview. This is really cool. We can preview the test. It's very nice layout here. So we have here our first short answer question. We have our second multiple choice where they have the marks. And then we can submit all and finish, or go back. We can go back to edit. And you could set a time for the quiz. We don't see it here. Again, notice, oh, where are my quiz questions? They are in the default for Black Cat. So there, then you can export it, you can import questions, and so on. So this, in a nutshell, is really quite easy. And you could also, as I say, fix a time in the parameters that I showed you before. And let's say you could say 20, you could say 20 minutes for the quiz if it's 10 points. And as usual, Mary Lou will leave in 5 minutes, and Jean-Louis will leave in 21 minutes. So actually you can change the time even on the go while students are in the quiz. So that's really quite interesting. And so I'll leave it there. What am I doing? It's 8 minutes already for this little demo. So if you have any questions, please get to me, Frank, at frankbunkowski.com. And we'll go back here. So there you go. And so I'll be posting the Black Hat story, the study questions that you could use with your students. It's in PDF form, and the Black Cat questions. And you could use these questions in discussion, have students discuss. You could actually grade the students on their oral discussion of it. And you could use the short story as a writing, write a literary analysis of the story. And I'll share in, again, my SEM, I'll share my directions for using, writing a literary analysis, and then having students automatically correct it with a virtual writing tutor, essay corrector, that helps students, or you could have students practice and correct their essay through Nick's powerful intelligence system on the virtual writing tutor. So I'll leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed that little presentation. And as I say, get to me if you have any questions or comments. Thank you. Bye now.